Welcome back to Joe's Stunner Boxing. So Oshae Jones, she becomes the IBF 154-pound champ. She outpoints on a split decision Femke Hermans of Belgium. Excuse me. I was thinking she was German. She's actually from Belgium. Femke's a 34-year-old veteran, two-weight world champ. She came in as the IBF 154-pound champ. She also held the WBO middleweight title some years ago. But she's a veteran. She came in with 18 wins, 7 KOs, 4 defeats. She's only been stopped once, and that's by Savannah Marshall up at middleweight in 3 rounds, no draws. Whereas Oshae, much younger, much less experienced, 26 years of age. She's from Toledo, Ohio. Now, look, this was a split decision, all right? One of the guys gave it to Hermans, I think 97-93. The other two, one gave it to Oshae, 97-93, and a 96-94 maybe. I had Hermans winning this big. I had this 98-92 to Hermans. And yes, there are some rounds that could have gone to Oshae Jones, no doubt about it. She was throwing far less punches, but her percentage of landing was higher. But I honestly thought in those early rounds, Hermans was outworking her. Yeah, I know quality of punch counts, and I know that, weight of punch counts. There were a couple of rounds early on where Jones finished very, very strong and seemed to rattle Hermans. But those were little 10, 15-second cameos. And the rest of those rounds I gave to Hermans. So do you like the ending of certain rounds, the weight of punch, the fact that she rattled her? Does that cancel out what's gone before in the previous 1 minute 45? Not for me. But I did think Hermans won this fight. If you want to say it was a 96-94 to Hermans, no problem. Maybe if I watched it again, I would think that my card was too wide. But I was more in tune with the guy who had it 97-93 to Hermans than I was with either of the guys who gave it to Jones. Now, that's not to say that Jones didn't show a lot. She did. She had the air of someone who lacked experience, who hadn't been the 10-round distance a lot. She'd only ever done 8 rounds once. And she's in there against a gnarled veteran who really knows how to fight. Very tough girl. Jones did have more of an effect when she landed cleanly on Hermans and vice versa. But and there was a lot of switch hitting in this fight as well. It's very strange. Oshae Jones is listed as orthodox, but she did a lot of work in southpaw stance, and Hermans orthodox as well, but she was fighting southpaw in little pockets. So I really think that this was it was first half. It was difficult. It was difficult to score in some rounds. Yeah, I don't deny that. And Hermans was missing with a lot of punches. She was also landing with a lot of punches as well. And Oshae Jones wasn't catching Femke clean either. There were a couple of nice, check hooks from Jones, but I got the feeling that Jones was looking for the knockout a bit too much, looking for that backhand. And in the meantime, while she was waiting and looking for the opportunity, Femke was landing enough punches, not all of them by a long stretch, but enough punches to pinch the rounds. Now, this fight was in Atlanta, so it wasn't Oshae's hometown, but she did have a lot more support in the crowd than Femke. Femke didn't really have any support. Femke said afterwards, she thought she won the fight. She thought she came on strong in the later rounds. Can you even say that in 10-2s there are championship rounds? It's such a brief fight. 20 minutes of fighting is not very long at all. But she definitely came on strong at the end. I did give Jones the final round, but I think certainly the last 3. Maybe the last 3, I don't know. Second half of the fight, Hermans looked to me like she dominated, and she certainly won enough rounds in the first 5 to warrant the win. She called Jones a slugger afterwards, and that's kind of that's the impression I get. Jones was not using the jab enough. It's strange because when they came out in that first round, she did look like she had some skills, and Femke was busier. Straight away, she was banging the punches in, especially the jab. She wasn't neglecting the jab. Jones threw some nice punches to the body as well. I'll give her that. and whereas Hermans kind of neglected the body, which is always a mistake, so yeah, nothing against Oshae Jones, good developing fighter. But it was interesting, the post-fight interviews with her, especially with Hermans, where she was saying, even though she'd lost her world title, she was almost saying to Jones, look, you're a work in progress. You're an up and coming, but you need to work on and refine your skills. And I think that's true. I think that's actually true. You can see the talent there. She's got, I think Bosie Ennis is her trainer, Jones. But there needs to be more work done on the actual skills and also more experience. Get another couple of 10-rounders under your belt. She's got a world title now, so she'll have to fight 10-rounders. But I do feel for Femke Hermans. I thought she won the fight. She's now 18-5-0, whereas Jones is 8-0. Yeah, bit of a tough one on the Belgian girl. But what did you think? Did you watch this fight? It was on DAZN. Let me know what you think. Who did you think won? If so, why? And yeah, just leave your comments below. Thanks very much for watching. Comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you could, that would be great. Support the channel. Much appreciated. And also hit the like button because that helps us out too. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and bye for now.